welcome back to my channel. So today we are just doing another reading vlog, and at the end I'm going to give you guys some reading journal updates and just like how I set it up for February, aka love month. So let's just hop right in.
Okay, so I've listened to like 100 pages of Betting on You so far, and it's going really good. I'm really enjoying the story. Like I'm reading 2 books at once, and I like can't pick which one I want to read, but it's really cute, and I really like the premise of it and their setting. They like work at this like fun like hotel entertainment place, and that is like a really fun setting to me. I feel like Lynn Painter always comes through with like the fun plot points. Okay, I'm listening to Betting on You, and the guy in this, he like eats Tums a lot, and the guy audio narrator, he said like popped a Tom, and I'm like, what's the story behind this? A little quick update on Betting on You. I don't think I've made much progress, but I'm on like page 110, and I'm really liking this book so far. It's really cute, and I like the characters, and also I really like how Lynn Painter, she's like lots of different like side plots going on in her books, and I really like what's going on in this one. I've just been listening to this book. I made it to page 220. We're getting a little setting change adventure type thing, and I feel like this is about to get crazy. Like it's gonna get so interesting and like drama filled, I feel. What? Anyways, I'm on like page 200. I'm gonna actually sit and read this book. I've like listened to everything I've read so far, so I want to maybe finish this. It's only 7, but it feels like 9:30. I just finished Betting on You. I'll give like some in-depth thoughts next up in this clip. I really did enjoy this book. There were some things about it that weren't perfect for me, but I still really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the audiobook, especially in this one, so I definitely recommend listening to that. I am literally freezing. I think the next book we're gonna read is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, because I seen that it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I really want to read on the Kindle right now. I read this book, I want to say in middle school, but I don't really remember it. I think I liked it, but I don't really remember. But I'm gonna reread it and hopefully continue on with the series, because I just saw Rachel Catherine talk about it and it just reminded me of it, and it sounds really good. All I know is it's like sci-fi Cinderella retelling, and she's a cyborg. That's all I remember. But yeah, we're gonna start this and hopefully get into it. I am feeling very slumpy. Like I don't really want to read or like know what I want to read, so let's hope this goes well. Okay, I don't remember if I read the entire book or just read like the first chapter, because I remember like this part, but I can't remember anything else, so we'll see. I made it to page 53. It's like really fast-paced and like quick to read, but since it's a Cinderella retelling, obviously she like lives with her stepmother and 2 sisters. The one sister I really like, she's really nice, but the other one we haven't really got a lot into, and she seems like not as nice. But there's also this like disease going around in the world, and like when someone gets it, they have to get like transported somewhere else, so it's like really interesting. I'm curious like what it's all about. Okay guys, I just wanted to give some thoughts on Betting on You. I do love Lynn Painter. She is definitely one of my favorite authors, and I'll read anything she buys, but something about this one, like it was still good. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.75, but it wasn't like a favorite, and there were some things about it that like weren't perfect to me, so I wrote some down, so I'm gonna kind of chat about that. So in this book, I don't even know like what you'd say the premise was. So basically there's like a lot of like tropes going on in this one, like literally I couldn't even list them all, but basically Charlie and Bailey, they meet on a plane in Alaska, and then they head back to Nebraska, and they see each other again like 10 years later. No, just like an amount of years later they see each other again, and both of them have divorced parents, so they both are like going through that. Bailey in this, her mom's boyfriend, Scott is his name, she doesn't really like how he's coming into her and her mom's lives, so she tells Charlie this, and they basically form this like really like kind of weird plan to kind of try and like get him out of their lives, basically like annoy him so he gets out of their lives. And like to me that was just like really childish and rude. Scott wasn't even that bad. Like there were some things he did that were like ooh, but like he didn't do anything bad to deserve like what they were scheming to do to him, so I just was like And also in this book, it did touch a little bit on Charlie's like mental health and some things going on in his life, and I just wish we got more into that. We got like a little bit, but I wish we would have got more in depth with it, because I still felt like there were some things we could have learned. I feel like it was kind of missing like a good conversation between the two about it. Also, I'm just kind of like going off here about things that were like missing or whatever, but to me this was like kind of like a trope dump. Like there was just too many tropes going on, and there were some things that I felt like were missing. So there was a character mentioned in this book, and like she was like hyped up to be like Bailey's like enemy. Like they did not get along. She hated school because of this girl. We literally never even met that girl, and they like kind of hyped her up, and I was like, where is she? And with that, we didn't get a single like scene of her at school, whatever, but like it would have been like cool to see, especially if that like enemy girl was in here. Like it was so hyped up and then nothing with it. And also it was just kind of unrealistic and cringy for these teenagers to be doing this stuff. Like there were some things in here that I'm like, wow, like if I did that as a teenager, I would be grounded for life. That is that. Still a really cute book, and I really enjoyed it. I feel like I didn't really update much on here. I did listen to it in like multiple big sections, so I wasn't really like able to. Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly update. Aw, dang it, I shut it off all the way. I'll be back. Sorry, I just ran. Not like on a run, but like I ran to get back to my room. Anyways. Okay. Cinder updates. So, I have a theory. I don't know if it's like super obvious, and like that's not even a theory, like it's a known fact, but I have a theory because something has been mentioned. The pieces are adding up. The math is mathing for this one. I'm like convinced I'm right. We'll see though. Also, I do not think I finished this book when I was younger. All I remember is the first chapter. That's it. Like how she was set up at like the vendor fair or whatever. We'll have to see though, like once we get deeper into the story, like at like the Cinderella ball and all of that, if I remember it, but at this point, no. Honestly, this story is like really addicting. Like when I'm reading it, I'm like, oh frick, one more chapter. When I stop, I like don't really think about it or like want to pick it up again, but it's still so good. I'm really enjoying it. It has been a fat minute since I've updated. Flushed red. Also, I spilled a drink and it definitely went into my Kindle charging port. Which like, it's not a big deal because it's a fire tablet. They cost me 10 bucks. It's like, it's not a huge deal. And it's fine. It works. So I'm on page 161. I'm kind of struggling. I was in a slump before this, but like not a ton has really happened so far. I'm forcing myself to finish this book right now because I'm just starting to get like overwhelmed with everything in life, and I just need to get this book done so I can get this video done. Okay, one thing that's kind of annoying me about this book is, so it happens in the first chapter, so it's not really a spoiler, but if you don't want to hear, skip ahead. Cinder's a mechanic, and the prince comes to like her like booth where she fixes stuff and is like, can you fix my droid robot thing? And Cinder's like, yeah. And I am a ways into the book and she keeps like putting off fixing it. I'm like, girl, he's literally the prince. Fix it. I genuinely want to punch two of the characters in this book. Like, I'm getting so mad at them. I'm on page 331 out of 418. I swiped the page. Bruh, I thought I had 70 more pages. Bonus material? No. I just got pranked. What the heck? Who do I need these discussion questions for? I'm discussing it with myself. Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and update because I don't know if I said this, but I started Scarlet, which is the second book in the Cinder series, and I started it last night, but I read just like a chapter, and today I listened to the audiobook and made it to 36%. I finished my reading journal, which that video will be already up by the time you see this. What else did I do? Oh, I did my nails, so I got a gel nail kit. Don't look at them because I still need to like wipe the extra stuff off. But yeah, so that was like epic. I'm liking this one more than the first one because you get a new character's perspective in this one, and I'm really liking her in that storyline. And you also still get Cinders in this one. Both are really interesting. Like, I'm so invested. So Cinder was obviously Cinderella. Scarlet is Little Red Riding Hood. It's going so good. Okay, I found this at the Goodwill bins. It's Haley's merch. I was so happy. Okay, I'm like extremely confused confused because, okay, I'm on page 167 and I thought we were reading it from the other character's perspective, but now it's not. So I'm so confused, and like, if what is happening is correct, I'm like, what? Hi besties, I have a little book update. I'm on page, I literally forgot what I just looked at. 220. So I have like 100 pages left-ish. I'm not sure because Goodreads says I'm at a different percent. Libby says I'm at a different percent. Kindle says I'm at a different percent. So I don't really know. But it's going really good. Stuff is definitely going down. We are like almost at the part where I feel like the characters are gonna like meet up and the storylines are gonna like join up, which always slice. I'm loving this one a lot. I've been listening to it like a lot and I've been really liking it as an audiobook. That last clip, yeah, I was just tweaking. I just got the characters confused. Ignore that. I don't know how much more reading I'm gonna do today because my brain is latched on to something and it won't stop. I just know I can't focus on a book right now, so I'm gonna edit a video. Okay, the two timelines just met up, so it is getting intense.
Okay, so it is wrap up time. As we know, the first book I read was Betting on You. This book, honestly, I was really excited for this one and had pretty high expectations because Lynn Painter, I just love her so much and her YA romance books always slay. But this one, it kind of disappointed me a bit. I'm gonna go with a 3.25 stars for this one. It was still really cute and enjoyable and just like a fun read, but I didn't really love the characters and a lot of it I found like kind of cringy and like icky, and it was like super tropey. Like there were just so many tropes dumped into this book that I felt like didn't need to happen, and some of the stuff that happened in this book or that the characters were doing just didn't really sit right with me. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, you're like probably 16-ish, like you should know better than this and not be doing this. But that's my thoughts on that book. It was still such a cute read and I totally recommend it. Next I read Cinder. This one I'm giving 4 stars. I love this book so much. It's a Cinderella retelling set in this like sci-fi futuristic world. I love the world that this is set in. I just feel like it's so interesting to read about, and I really liked reading about our main character Cinder because she's a mechanic, so I just thought that was really interesting. I really liked all the characters in this book. There were some side characters I really liked. There were obviously some I don't like as well, they're just like villains, but I really enjoyed this story and I really liked the romance in it, or what's gonna develop more in the rest of this series. One thing though, it did kind of drag at some points. Like I felt like the main event that we were waiting for took a long time to get to. I also got pranked because I was reading on the Kindle and it said I still had like a good amount of pages left, like 50 pages left, so I was like so excited, but then 50 pages was just like extra stuff at the end, so I was disappointed about that, but still such a good book. Next I read Scarlet. This one is going to be a 4.25. I love this one more than I loved Cinder. I just felt like the storylines were more interesting and more like intense and action-packed. I really liked the new POV we got, Scarlet, and I also liked how we didn't just get her, we still focused on Cinder too, and I really liked how they met up with this one, and you meet some really cool characters in this one. I really liked them. I am so excited to continue the series. I feel like the plot of where this one started out and where it's going is going to be so good. I wanted to update my reading journal in this video because I feel like it sucked, let's be real. So I'm gonna make a February spread and then like a TBR. I'm sick right now, so I'm sorry, I'm probably not gonna talk much. Okay guys, I finished sketching out the like title page for February, I guess, and this one I'm just gonna put some books I want to read. I only have like 5 to put on it, but I just kind of want to make this cute. I have a bunch of like Valentine's-y stickers I'm gonna put with it. Like, look at this cow. And then after this I'll probably add to my January ones and update those. But I printed out the books I read in January, or my TBR ones. I talked about this in like the first video doing this, how my printer just like doesn't print color right. They're kind of off, but it's whatever. I also don't have any glue sticks. I only have Mod Podge, and I do not want a Mod Podge in my room. Well, first of all, I don't want to leave my room. Second of all, I don't want a Mod Podge in my room because last time I did, it smelled like Mod Podge in here for like a week after, and I was like, felt like I was just breathing in like chemicals, and I'm sick, so like I'm gonna tape it in here. I don't really care.
Oh, that's so off-centered. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, so this is my physical TBR spread. So I just filled in the books that I read that were from my physical TBR in January. Technically, the third Crescent City book is not, because I went to the store the day it came out and read it that day. Well, like started reading it then. It's like it didn't sit on my shelves for a while, but these books I wrote on here were on my shelf for like at least like 2 months. So I'm just gonna color them in, and I wrote them randomly so it'd be colorful throughout. I might do like blue for January. Okay, here's my reading journal. If you want to see like the first pages in depth, you can watch my reading journal video, but I'm just gonna flip through what I updated. First things first, I colored in Crescent City 3 on my 24 books to read in 2024. And then, so for my physical TBR, how I'm gonna do it is every time I read a book that was on my physical TBR, I'm gonna write it in and color it with colors corresponding with each month. So for January, I just did blue, and I just wrote them like randomly throughout. Here I just colored in how many books I read and wrote their genres. And then here I just filled in the series I read, so that, there, that, I think that's it. And then here I just wrote kind of a bit about how I felt about the book, and I did like the star rating wasn't on my physical TBR. These I forgot to highlight the star rating, but yeah, there's that if you want to read it. And then I love this page so much. I think this is so cute. I obviously didn't do the best job. I think the idea of it is still so cute. I don't really like these bricks, but I still really like it. And this page I absolutely hate. I originally had this taped centered, and then I wrote this and it was so off-center, so I moved this. But I think the idea was there, but the execution up here just sucks. But yeah, here's just some books I want to read in February. I'm in a massive slump, so I didn't put that many, but these are, I feel like, is doable. I'm already reading this and this. I'm literally like only 30 pages into these too because I'm in a slump. But yeah, I'm gonna wait to do like a what I read in February spread, because if the slump keeps up, I'm just gonna need this page and not both of them. So I'm gonna wait and see how it goes, and then I'll update probably at the end of the month again. But literally this pink paper, it was from a math assignment that it was just had that much left, so I just cut it out and taped it. And also I don't have glue sticks, so these are just taped in, which annoys me, but whatever. Here it is. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.